Sungazing and Falun Gong. Falun Dafa is good. Yeah, gaze into the sun, because the sun emits the whole color spectrum. And like here, the reminder for myself to stay, and to be in a good relationship with myself, but also with this whole melanated magic aspect, black goo, dark substance, and your pupil, which is basically black. And basically also what I was just saying, the sun has the whole color spectrum. The sun has every color code. If the sun would only have infrared or ultraviolet, we would only be able to see red or violet, for example. But the sun has every color particle, so to say, or every color ray. And this is why if you gaze into the sun, I've been doing this practice for a long time, but not in a long time in this beautiful place here at the Müllberg in Hamburg City. It's basically a waste mountain. It's a direct translation. They're always kind of funny. But anyways, I do Falun Dafa and gaze into the sun while I'm doing the practice, and maybe we have later on a talk. So enjoy the journey and enjoy what you see. Maybe it's inspiring. Shamanic with the practice. Sungazing. Let's go. Falun Dafa is good. Yes, that was a good session. We continue here. Just, put a different setup in here. Yeah. So Sungazing and the benefits of it. As you were seeing, I was doing Falun Gong, Falun Dafa. The exercises 1 to 5. And yeah, now back on Sungazing. Which gives you basically, a higher capacity. But I figured out that basically it's like Master of Earth, it's very inspiring with the practice. It's a meditative state that you basically tap into, especially if you do a lot of Sungazing or Qigong exercises. Falun Gong is different from Qigong. And you really read the lectures. And I know sometimes I get on clumsy or side doors, ways, side tracks, But that's part of life also, It's the way of a shaman, the way of a wizard, But the practice is always, the truth is, it's always basic, And this is why I really love Sungazing. I really love to mirror myself in the sun. And so I become the sun. So I become the shining light. And this is very beautiful. I show you here how beautiful it is. Take a look at that. Actually I was doing 5 grams of mushrooms in this area here. And it looks very, there were some people doing maybe a wood place fire. But it's, it's very clear. The area is very clear, cleansed, so to say. It's very pure in here, purity. And this is what comes with Falun Gong, with a pure heart, but also with Sungazing. Is it still running? Hope so. Yeah. Also with Sungazing, because you just observe yourself. You just observe the light around you in a different way, and so you basically see your reality in a different way, because it's is the earth we could all argue about, is the earth, what is the earth? The earth is your heart. That's what it is. The earth is, and that's too esoteric for most people, and that's sometimes, I look like a retard, and I retard myself, I pull myself back to explain these concepts to people, and I just, I do this non-scripted. I just do it out of my mind, because Sungazing, it just makes sense if you do it. So the earth is your heart. That means That's just my low thoughts. Go read the Tzuan Falun. And there's not, these crazy thoughts that I have in there, but it's I would say maybe it's my Bible. It's a holy book, but anything could be your book. That's the thing with it. And I don't push Falun Dafa on people. I don't even push Sungazing or urine therapy or Shivambukalpa onto people. But it just makes sense to me when you do something over a long period of time and you come back to the practice and you feel that it just has certain effects onto your psyche, onto your mind, onto your body, which are healing to you. And just breathe. The earth is your heart. It's an anagram for heart. So the space around you is, we could say, it's a grid. You never go anywhere. It's a simulated reality. But who is simulating that? That the ugly truth is that we are doing it. And sometimes we're not strong enough to have the capacity to run on a better, whatever a better whatever a better reality might be. Is a better reality a reality where everybody eats fruit and is high on sunlight? That's not workable for the whole grid. It's not workable because the climate is just, I don't talk about the climate change, but obviously the climate changes over time. So if you only eat fruit in winter, I don't know, would you do it? Maybe it makes sense. Maybe it would make sense to, switch up your diet. Life is never, one stagnant way. If I figure, once I figured out urine therapy, I pretty much do it every day. But sungazing, it's not workable that you do it every day, because not every day is a beautiful sunny day. Although, even if there are clouds up in the sky, you could still do sungazing, and it would give you great benefits. Would give you great mirrors, because I had it very much in my mind also. Last year was a year where I was mirroring a lot of things. I had a lot of things on my mind, and a lot of things also were causing them trouble because they were just much too much. But this is how you move on and how you ramble through life. And you figure out that you come back to things which are true to you. They don't have to be true to anybody else. And how much views do my videos get? 100 views, I don't know. And I do it for the collective, but in churches you collect money, and you are your own church. Your body is your temple. And you collect in a pot the holy elixir, which would be menstrual blood, semen, or urine. And if you would constantly loop that, you would become enlightened. And that's just what, the alchemical way would be. But there are obviously a lot of other magical books out there, and a lot of different cultivation ways to cultivate your body, to cultivate the cultures that live inside of you. And so you would become this crazy shaman who talks on a mountain with himself and his smartphone. But anyways, it makes just more sense to me to go onto a mountain and gaze into the sunlight compared to gaze into a Zoom meeting, a computer meeting, which we would have. And still, I could learn a lot from there. But, I just, think it's more natural to do and a lot more calming to do sun gazing. And you know, especially with work and university and partnerships and friendships, you know, these things sometimes stress you out. Sometimes stress you out so much, and I'm so sorry for saying that, because I do trouble in my relationship, I know, but it's also, you know, sometimes hurting. It hurts to move on and to see that, hey, basically I'm just sitting here on my own, and I could sit anywhere in the world. The sun could go up, you know, and we could gaze into the sunlight, could do beautiful things. Whatever, you know, life is a journey, you know, a journey to self-healing, with the elements or without the elements. You know, I don't, like I said, I don't push sun gazing. I don't push, well, I push sun gazing. I push Shivamukalpa. I push fasting and feasting. I push in alchemy. I push Falun Dafa, Falun Gong. I push Kalaripaya too. And why am I doing all of this? You know, because from my point of view, you know, once you get into Kundalini energy, which is basically just the mobility or the movement of your own spine, once you figure that out, how good it could be, you want to go back to that. And that's very, you know, logical. It's very logical. You want to go back to that standard where you're like, hey, you know, I just be the shining light for everybody. And people are just different around you, you know. People are different around me when I have enough light which I can shine on. And I can, you know, I like to be a transmitter. I like to be a trance, you know. I like to be in trance. Because I like to share, you know, light. I like to share darkness. And that's the way of a shaman. That's the way of a holy being. It's a way of a god. And I have seen the darkest things. I have seen the most shiny things, just in my life, you know. Obviously, there might be, you know, even more darker things. There might be even more brighter things. But I put them into words, and I just share my journey here. Because from my point of view, that's how I observe it. So Sungazing plus Falun Dafa and shamanic practices, shamanic talks. Yeah. From my point of view, you know, a lot of things are just stupid that we do. And this is why I also cause a lot of trouble at work, you know, I cause a lot of trouble in my relationship. Because I question everything. I question, is it right to have 3 meals a day? When should we eat? Should we eat when the sun is down? Or should children eat when the sun gets up? From my point of view, I would say, you know, it's best to eat before you go to bed. And some people don't sleep that well if they have a full stomach. For me, it's like, you know, maybe it's just because I'm sometimes so much vibrating on a higher capacity that I just have to drag myself down. I just have to eat a lot when I go to bed. And I have a fruit when I get up. I put in my, you know, nutrition. I put in my supplements. Why am I taking that? You know, it's a mental thing. It's basically, everything is mental. These things are mental addictions to a certain outlet. that we chase. We chase certain energy parameters. We chase certain all we chase is a feeling, we chase basically, and funny enough, it never really changes once we stand up for ourselves. And Sungazing is a very it's very empowering. Because it gives you your light back that you give, People say, oh, we can't live from only sharing, but that's what we do. That's what we do. Coins are basically, if you really know what they do, everything is magic, and coins are collecting electromagnetism. Because gold and silver and copper is a conductor of energy. And banknotes are just, magical papers from a bank where you basically sit on. And they just, we would have, certain metals or values which are the backing up of the money. And this is why I say, we are already living only with sharing. It's just a question of perspective and perception. And especially if you know about urine drinking and cleansing and sungazing, and it sometimes hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to see what we do, because a lot of things are so stupid. Things are getting more organic. That's great, but still, it's life. I also eat the flesh. I also eat the meat, because from my point of view, I should not really do it. Should take more care about my nutrition. Should ingest more raw food. But see, that's also an agenda, And the question is, what kind of agenda should I follow? What kind of agenda should we do? Agents, agents in the matrix. Well, I just say, do sungazing and drink your own urine. And do your own magic. That's why you're here. It's what we all do. Do your own magic book. Let's take a look at here, these last sun rays. Beautiful, huh? Yeah. Very beautiful. I'm going to re-listen to this video. And then, I don't do so much dark things anymore, so much melanated things. We put more light into the pupil. We put more light into the people. So, you know how much I was uplifting humanity with the things I do. And I had my darkest moments, you know, but they're over, they are gone now. And I see more light, I see more sun in my own life. And that's what I love to see. That's what I like to see. Thank you for being with me. I love you. I just have a walk here. And I do my own magic. Do my own sunlight. Thank you. I'm out of here. 29, yo.